All right, guys, welcome back to the eBay shop. My name's Corey.
I'm Teresa.
And we are Grams and Pops Vintage, and we're going to do something way off base today. We're going to do kind of a packing video. The previous video to this one, we actually walked you through listing an item and inventorying it and everything else. So this video, we figured we'd take the chance to show you, once we've done that and an item sells, what's the next step. And this is the one that's kind of the most intimidating for most people, I believe. Or at least that's what we hear more often than not, is the shipping part is the part that scares people a little bit.
Yep, because some of that crap can break.
Yep. So rather than show you what sold type of video today, we're just going to set the cameras up. We're going to pack all of our Monday orders, and there's quite a few.
There are, I think, 58 or 59.
Yep. So we got a really good variety of different types of things, which is the important part. We're going to show you how we pack different things, and we're not going to talk you to death today. We're just going to pack.
We will talk.
We'll talk a little.
You don't talk a little.
So we'll see what happens. We're going to get at it, and let's jump into it.
So as promised, we're going to show you how we are going to pack all of our packages today. We're going to start off with the easiest things first, just because we can get them out of the way and get them in the box and they don't get lost. I'm going to start with our 4x4x4 boxes. This is one that's going in them. So I'm going to go over and grab the rest of the stuff that we're going to ship 4x4x4 and bring them over here, set them on the table so I can just whip through them really fast. Most of these things that we have are non-breakable, very small packages, so we don't have to worry about them getting broke when we ship them. We do ship some smaller items that are breakable in 4x4x4 if they're like, inch or 2 inches or whatever they are. They're not very big, so there's a lot of padding around it. Let's go with the first one. I have a whole stack of 4x4x4 boxes. I'm gonna grab some stickers, some thank you notes. I struggle bust with the tape. Okay, next thing we do after we pack it is we write on it what it was. I'm gonna weigh it quick. 5 ounces. Then we just throw it into a tote till we're ready to do our labels.
All right, now that the little stuff is kind of out of our way, I'm going to start doing the stuff that it's kind of pre-packaged. It has its own box and its own packing. So really all we're trying to do is get it in a box we can ship it in so we can protect the box that it's already in. But there's really nothing you're going to damage other than the box itself, so we'll protect that. And first one of those is this, but I'm going to go ahead and grab the other ones quick, and we'll just do them all at once here again. And you see we've got kind of a mix of breakables and non-breakables, but the thing they have in common is they're all packed in their own boxes already. So we just got to find a box they'll fit in. And as I said, one of our goals is to actually protect the box that they're in. So I do usually run these in a thing of bubble wrap. Oh, and the important part, now that the smalls are over, I get rid of this because I don't use this tape gun generally. That's Teresa's. I switch over and I'm using the 3-inch tape gun just because it's a little faster and easier. I just like it better. And because that's taking up so little space in that box, we're gonna go ahead and just cut this down. And that little tool you can get on Amazon. They're not expensive, but when you're cutting a lot of these boxes like this down, which we do, we sell a ton of football cards like these already in boxes, but we cut boxes down pretty often, and these are super handy. And then I do tend to take a little bit of the extra cardboard off of here. Get rid of some of the empty space. Get a thank you and a sticker in there. And then with these, I like to overlap them here and then just cut here so it makes a good seam again. And it looks like I could really use a sharp knife because that one's getting dull. Write what's on it, and then we'll take it over to the scale. We'll write our weight on it, and we will measure this as we get ready to pack the rest of them. All right, so it's pretty much rinse and repeat from there. We're just going to do the same thing with these. Boxes may be different, but the process is pretty much the same. All right, so that's it for those ones.
Okay, the next size boxes that we typically do, and this is our normal, FYI, I pack the easy stuff, Corey packs the hard stuff. So the next thing I have on my list to ship are the stuff that we shove into a 4x8x6 box. This is one of them. It is a brand new Vera Bradley bag, wallet, wristlet, I don't know what you call it, but I'm gonna go grab the rest of the stuff so I can get it all packaged up at once. Okay, since this is an expensive bag, it was thrown in with our other bags, and I don't want it to get wet or anything when we ship it, so I am going to drop it in this Ziploc baggie. That's really noisy against my camera. Just so that it doesn't get wet or anything when I ship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, for this first one, where'd my Vera Bradley go? I gotta grab some paper. Throw my Vera in. Again, we go over and weigh them. I'm not going to this time because we did it earlier. Then I'm just going to create all my boxes and keep going. Ta-da.
All right, so now we've got a bunch of media that has to go out, and there's all kinds of different media, from games to movies to books, a record, a poster. Not all media mail, but all media in some way. And it's all kind of wrapped a little bit differently. So I'm just going to go through and get all these done. And I'm going to start with this record just to get it out of the way. And we have invested in some record boxes because we did get a small lot of records that we're going through. So I'm going to start with that one. Now, I don't know if it's necessary, but for these records, we've actually been cutting a piece of cardboard the size of the record just to give it a little extra strength in the box and keep it from moving around. And that's basically it. Now, since this is a record and it is going media mail, we're not going to put any kind of a sticker or a thank you note or anything like that in here. And it never fails, whenever you pack anything in a white box, you will get some kind of piece of dirt under the tape. And it just is what it is. As long as it's not hair, I don't worry about it. All right, when I give this to Grams, she, rather than just write the weight and stuff on here, she'll also write "do not bend" on these, just as a precaution. I don't know if it helps, but we do it on all of them, and it's just something we do. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this other one here, just because it's kind of obnoxious. This is a big, what is this, Godzilla or King Kong poster?
I think it's Godzilla.
Anyway, I think it's Godzilla, but it could be King Kong, but we're gonna get rid of this. And I've got some golf club boxes that I'm actually gonna put that in. All right, so we've got one of these 4x4 by 48 boxes that we'll just cut down to size quick. I don't believe that this is going media mail because it's just a movie poster. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a sticker and a thank you in this one. But I'm also gonna put a little paper in the bottom of this, just to keep it from getting kicked around. In there, but it isn't on the bottom of the box. All right, it's a little clumsy to work with a box that size, but not too bad. And then I will usually tape this seam right here, at least a little bit of it. Let's see, and then looks like we've got 3, 4, 5 games. Actually, I think one might be a movie. And we're just gonna bubble mailer these, but this one I need to wrap in cardboard because it doesn't have a case to protect it at all. So. And with these games, they're not media mail. You can't ship games media mail, so we will put stickers and notes in with them. This Stephen King, that's a movie, right? That can go media mail.
Yes.
All right, so movies, media mail. We'll leave the sticker out of this one. All right, and then finally we have 2 books here, and usually we just throw these in a poly as well, but we do throw some cardboard on them just to keep the covers from getting punctured or anything en route if something was to happen to hit them hard. Now, I considered maybe wrapping these in cut up priority boxes just to see how many people we could trigger, but Graham said I couldn't, so I'm just gonna wrap them normal. That's it for those. They'll get weighed and measured.
The next thing we're going to package up are stuff that we just throw in a poly mailer. I don't bubble it. I don't do anything. I just throw them in a poly mailer. So let me grab a couple poly mailers. I need a couple small ones and then some big ones. Okay, these are new. We just got them because otherwise we were using bubble mailers for some of these things and it was a waste of weight. So the first thing I have is a mycene fur jacket. I just do this. Okay, next up is a fancy shirt. Okay, so it comes in this. I don't ship it in this, just because there's no need to. Okay, so I was hoping that this would fit in my poly mailers. I don't have them big enough, so I'm gonna go grab a box and we're gonna stick it in a box.
All right, so now we've got a bunch of glass to pack, which is the part that most people are kind of afraid of. And we've got this and some glasses and some plates and just some different glass stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do one at a time here. They're all a little bit different, but close enough to the same. I mean, you wanna protect them with bubble and cardboard and get them in a box with some cushion around them. That's about all there is to it. So with these, the only thing I would say is different with anything with a hollow in it, try to pack with paper so that they're not as easy to crush. And that's usually where they'd end up broken. So we're gonna fill that with packing paper and then we're gonna find a box for it and bubble it and let's get her done. All right, when it comes to canisters or something with a lid on it, I always pack these separate. I don't put them together because if they rattle together, they tend to chip. So I'll set that aside first. We'll do this one first. And then because that has a little knob on it, I want to do something to protect that knob. And I think what I'm going to do is cut down a little piece of tubing here. And you could use a box, you use whatever you want. I'm just going to use a piece of tubing. And then when I wrap it, I'll wrap that tubing right on it. That way nothing's ever going to touch the top of the actual handle piece. And we got those. Now we just got to find a box they'll fit in. And when I'm doing glass, I always try to make sure I oversize the box bigger than what I need. So I have plenty of room to put padding and paper around all four sides of what's going in there. Put down a nice nest in the bottom of the box. We're going to get that in there kind of right in the middle. You can see there's air all the way around it that we can fill with paper yet. At some point here, I'm going to throw in one of these. And then we'll get this last piece in here. And then we're just going to pack the rest of this with paper. Because this one's wooden, I don't have to protect that knob. The whole thing, including the knob, is wood. But I still do want to protect it from scratches, so we'll still bubble it. glasses being a little bit more delicate, I put a little bit more wrap on them. And it usually starts with packing them just like we have the other containers. Anything with a hollow, we pack with paper first. And then before we try to bubble wrap this or anything, I usually wrap it with paper, just because not all glasses. If it was a cup with a handle, I'd put a cardboard on it or something like that. But with glasses like these, because they have the decoration and stuff on them, I try not to put them directly with the plastic. I paper them first. So that's it. We do that times 4, and then when we pack them, we try to make sure there's a little room between them to pack paper and stuff too, so they don't smash together. So we'll go ahead and repeat the process on these. There you go. And as you can see, that box is quite a bit oversized compared to what you would think it would need to be. But with glass, when in doubt, always oversize the box. And it looks like the last thing we have that's glass is these decorative plates. And because they kind of stack, I'll put cardboard in between them. All right, so now that we've got all the glass, the really breakable stuff wrapped, we will put fragile stickers on all of these too before we ship them out. So I'll go ahead and get the stickers on, then we can weigh them and move on.
Okay, next up, Barbies, Bratz, Barbies, Bratz, Monster High, all of them. These I just package in these I package in bubble, then poly, and then throw them in the, weigh them, and away we go. No hate for the bubble used. I protect their head and their feet. A little bubble in the middle. Keep it from bending. This one's shorter than most. I'm gonna fold it over. We have this random lid. It's for lettuce keeper. It's Tupperware. I gotta find some cardboard.
All right, so the stuff we have left, there's really no category it fits into. There's nothing special about it. It's find a box that it fits in and package it up. And if you can't find one, make one. So we're just gonna rotate back and forth and we're gonna finish this up so we can actually get to the post office today. All right, so we've got an anchor hawking pan. It's a glass pan, but it's pretty insulated in this thing already. So we're just gonna find a box that'll fit in. Looks like it'll fit in that one.
We reuse boxes sometimes, and when we do, we try and turn them inside out so that they look like new boxes, not like Amazon Prime boxes or whatever product that happens to be on the box. Oh, I didn't even show you what I was packing.
All right, so we've got some Tupperware cake holder, pie holder, whatever it is. And there's stuff floating around in there, so we're gonna get that secured first. No more bounce. Now we just gotta find a box big enough for it and get the garbage off of it. All right, so we have a giant box. Ta-da! No, we will cut a lot of this down and then pack around it. That's the Tupperware.
Broken. Still sells.
All right, we're gonna do a pair of clog slides, whatever they are. It's a pair of shoes. Pretty simple to do these ones. Now, typically up until recently, these almost always went into a shoebox, a priority shoebox. But since Ground Advantage came around, we really don't ship priority almost anymore at all. So now we have boxes that are close to that size that we use for those. And they don't really need any extra packing, but we don't like the things flopping around in the box. So we use paper basically, just keep them from moving. There's your shoes.
And last, but not least, we have a Care Bear. This one can't just get shoved in a box because it is hard-bodied. It sings and talks.
All right, so here's what we're left with. We have this whole pile of packages. And we've written the weights and what's on them on all of the different packages. And now we have to actually get labels made and label these so we can take them all in. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. All right, so now that we're ready to do our packages, we had to go to eBay. And it looked like you went to where? My eBay?
And there's screens. You have to pick orders. And I'm not shipping everything because some of these orders just recently came in. So I'm going to highlight everything and then just unselect the ones that we're not shipping today, because there's less of those than there is the other ones. Once you have them all highlighted, click shipping, purchase label. Hopefully it works.
All right, and we'll have to blur out part of this screen, but essentially these are all the packages going out today. And you kind of see they have weights and sizes in there. This is where you need to go through and actually double check your weight and your size on your box so you're not over or under charging. All right, so we're gonna go double check all our weights and sizes to make sure we're accurate, and then we'll come back to this. As she's putting in weights and sizes here, we're also lining them up on the bench. Right there. We're just gonna make a line all the way down this bench, across the packing table and across our filming area. That way when we actually go to print the labels, we could just call them out in order here. And we can label the boxes in the order we're putting them out here, which makes it much faster and easier to label these. All right, so here we are. This is our packages in order. And now we've just got to print labels, double check our prices real quick, and make sure that we've got our weights right.
Pluto, come back here. Where'd you go, Pluto?
This is why we double check our boxes. We look at all the prices on the way through and see if there's any standouts, because we actually had the wrong dimensions on a couple of these.
The wrong weights.
Or the wrong weights, which changes your shipping pretty quickly.
It doubled it.
So we always double check and do a quick once through before we print labels. Okay, so now we've got...
Ooh, that dropped to 0 packages going UPS.
If you scroll, oh, that right there it is $364.10. I don't know if you can read it, but that's our shipping bill for the day. So we're going to go ahead and pay them their money and print our labels. And this is the first thing we print is our labels. So that generated a PDF thing for each one of the labels. We just open it up and make sure we choose our thermal printer and 4x6, and then we can hit it. And then that thing's going to make noise for about 5 minutes here while it gets through all 48 labels.
59.
59 labels. And it's just unrolling those labels right off of our fancy little...
Toilet paper roller.
Yep, our toilet paper holder we got them on. We do like to do things fancy around here. All right, we got our labels. Now we have to print one more piece. We do print, when we have this many boxes, we do print a packing sheet for our post office, because
Scan form.
we don't hate our post office people. It's just one scan for them. Makes it nice and easy, and then drop off goes much, much quicker.
Knock on wood, we've never had issues with it using the
We do
bulk label.
We do have a printer here. So that's what our print form is going to look like, and we switch it back to our brother printer instead of the thermal. All right, so the next piece is where the magic happens. Everybody asks us, how do we keep these in order so we know what's what when we go to label them? And we've kind of explained that all the way through. We've kept these in order of the labels. So the labels are printing out in the order we have these laid out, but we also have our ship sheet here pulled up on the computer, so I could call these out, tell Teresa the name of the person it's going to and what it is being shipped, and she'll double check it with what's on the box as we go, so we double check everything's getting correctly labeled. So I'm going to set the camera down and we're going to go ahead and start calling these out, and we'll get them labeled. Robert gets the Bose Wave Connect kit for the iPod dock.
Okay.
And Julio gets the Japanese style plates.
That's it.
All right, so now it's a matter of gathering up all of our orders, getting them in these totes, which we've already kind of got a start on. And we will grab our print sheet here and we'll get to the post office. So we will see you when we get ready to do that. We'll start you with these three.
Okay. Are these all?
They're all on sheet.
Okay.
Apologize.
Love that.
It was a good day, a good weekend.
right there. Grab that tote.
That other one.
Did you check our mailbox?
Yep.
Okay.
Nothing there.
I'll take these out. All right.
That was a long video.
All right, so that's it. That's our packing day in a nutshell. Every Monday it looks pretty similar. During the weekdays, there's a lot less items that need to be going out. The weekend or Monday is usually our big day because we got all the weekend sales. So hopefully something in there was helpful to someone, and that's how we pack. There's no magic to it, so don't be afraid of it. Anything that's small enough to ship is small enough to flip on eBay. So
I like the smalls just because they're way easier to ship.
we like the smalls too. We packed a TV last week and there were curse words said.
I wish I could. I'm gonna have to record one of those when you pack one day.
Yeah, it was not a happy time. I get a little disgruntled when I have to pack a TV or something. So
A
maybe
little.
a lot disgruntled.
There are a lot of cuss words that come out.
So that's it for today. We will see you guys next time.
Hasta la vista, baby.